Hey guys, this is Annie. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today on my channel, The Founders Crochet. We are going to be making this lovely hat. Just a little background information. I do make a lot of hats for patients that are doing chemo and radiation. So I make a lot of chemo hats, and I'm going to be putting a lot of those on my channel, different types as far as tutorials. If you know someone, if you know an organization, it would be a great way to give back, to our community by making hats for, if you know someone personally that is going through chemo or radiation, or someone is, suffering alopecia or anything like that. Making these hats, I think, would kind of brighten up their day. So we are going to go ahead and get started with making this hat, and I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Alright, so I'm going to be using light sage white yarn, a 5.5mm crochet hook, and scissors. Alright, so getting started, we're going to go ahead and take our 5.5mm hook. We're going to take our yarn, alright, and we're going to start this hat with a magic circle. So we're going to take the yarn across 2 fingers. I'm going to wrap it around, and then I'm going to create an X. Right, and we're going to go underneath the first yarn, and then the second one we are going to pull underneath that first yarn that we just did. Okay. All right, and then we're going to do a chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. Right, now we are going to make a double crochet inside of the magic circle. All right, and then we are going to do 11 more double crochets. So that chain 3 does not count as a stitch. So yarning over, inserting through the magic circle, pull up a loop. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Right, and we're going to keep doing this until we get to 12 double crochets inside of the circle. So go ahead and get your 12 double crochets completed. Right, and then make sure you're not counting that chain 3 as a double crochet. All right, so let's just see where we are here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so we can pull this closed just a little bit. All right, and then you are going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. All right, and then we're going to chain 2. All right, now we're going to make a double crochet into the first stitch. All right, then we're going to make another double crochet into that same stitch. So we're doing a double crochet increase. All right, next stitch, we're going to do another 2 double crochet increase. All right, and we're going to repeat this all the way around. So go ahead and put 2 double crochets into each stitch. And then once you have gotten to the end, you're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. I'm sorry, the chain 2. And then I will meet you guys back around. All right, so I've already slip stitched into the top of the chain 2. So now we're going to chain 2. You should have 24 stitches. We're working on our 3rd row. So this first stitch, we're going to put a double crochet into that first stitch. All right, second stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets. All right, third stitch, we're going to put 1 double crochet. All right, fourth stitch, we're going to put 2. So we're going to repeat this pattern all the way around with 1 double crochet into 1 stitch, and then the next stitch you're going to put 2 double crochets. So go ahead and repeat this all the way around, and I will meet you guys back on our last stitch. All right, so I have made it back around. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. So you should have 36 stitches. All right, we're going to chain 2. We're working on our 4th row. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to put a double crochet into the first stitch. Right, a double crochet into the second stitch. Right, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the third stitch. Right, 4th stitch, we're going to do 1 double crochet. 5th stitch, 1 double crochet. Next stitch, 2 double crochet. Right, so round 4, we are doing 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then a double crochet increase into that next stitch. So go ahead and repeat this all the way around. I will meet you guys back at the last stitch. All right, so we are back around. We have 48 stitches here. So always make sure that in the last stitch, it should be an increase. So every row of any increases for that last stitch, it should be an increase. So we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. Right, and then we're going to chain 2. Right. We're going to put 1 double crochet into this first stitch. Right, 1 double crochet into the second stitch. 1 double crochet into the third stitch. 4th stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets. So we're doing that double crochet increase into the 4th stitch. So every 4th stitch, you want to put 2 double crochets in it. So that's 2, that's 3, and then 4th stitch, we have our double crochet increase. All right, so we're going to repeat this all the way around, and then I will meet you guys back on the last stitch. All right, so we have made it back around. So you should have 60 stitches. We're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the chain 2. Right, and then we're going to chain 2. All right, so now we're going to do is this will be the 6th row. So we're going to do a double crochet into the first stitch. Right, and then we're going to do a double crochet into the second stitch. Right, and then we are going to repeat this all the way around with double crochets. So we're not doing any more increases. We are only doing just 1 double crochet into each stitch, and this is the 6th row. So for the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th row, we are going to do double crochet rows. No increases, no decreases. So I will meet you guys back on the 9th row of no increases, no decreases, and you should still have 60 stitches. So I'll meet you guys back around. All right, so I have made it back around. I have did my 4 rows, so I just finished up my 9th row. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a color change at this point. So on your last stitch, don't slip stitch on that 9th row. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, pull this up a little bit. All right, and do you see these 2 loops here? We're going to go in this loop and then go through that loop. So we're going to have these 2 loops on our hook. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add the white yarn. So go ahead and make your slip knot. Right, and then we are going to attach the white yarn or secondary yarn. Go ahead and pull that through. Right, and then we are going to do our slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. All right, so we got our slip stitch done. We are going to chain 2. Go ahead and pull the green. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to continue with the double crochet row. So this is the 10th row. So we're going to do 2 rows of double crochet with the white. So go ahead and yarn over first stitch and make sure you kind of work over that tail, and then just a little bit of the green yarn. All right, next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. So you're going to repeat this for 2 rows. So this is the 10th row, and then for the 11th row, we're going to do our secondary color. Mine is white. So go ahead and repeat that. So here with the green, we can go ahead and cut that. Right, and then we're just going to go ahead and continue with the double crochets. All right, so 10th row, 11th row, double crochets, and I'll meet you guys back at the last stitch on the 11th row. Remember, we should still have 60 stitches going all the way around. So I'll meet you guys back. All right, so I have done my 2 rows of my secondary color. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and switch back to our primary color, our main color. All right, so we're going to go ahead and remember last stitch, don't slip stitch yet. Insert your hook into those 2 loops. Okay, and then we're going to make a slip knot with our main color. And go ahead and get that attached. All right, pull through. And then we're going to go ahead and do our slip stitch second chain from hook. All right, and then pull through, and you can go ahead and pull that white yarn. All right. So we have just completed our 11th row. So we're starting on the 12th row now. We're going to go ahead and we're going to chain 1. All right, so the first stitch, we're going to make a single crochet and go ahead and work over your tail, and then we're going to work over a little bit of the white yarn as well. So we're going to go ahead and do a single crochet. All right, now in that same stitch, we are going to insert our hook, and we're going to pull up a loop. Okay, then we're going to go to the next stitch, and we're going to insert our hook and pull up a loop. And then our next stitch, we're going to go into, we're going to insert our hook, we're going to pull up a loop. So you should have 4 loops on your hook. All right, so we are going to yarn over, pull through all 4. All right, we're going to do a chain 1, and then we're going to go back down into the last stitch that we worked into. We're going to insert our hook, and we're going to pull up a loop. Next stitch, insert hook, pull up a loop. Next stitch, insert hook, pull up a loop. Again, we should have 4 loops on our hook, and we're going to yarn over, pull through all 4, and we're going to do a chain 1. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cut the white yarn so we can get that out of the way. All right, so we'll do this one more time. I'm going to show you guys. We're going to insert into the same stitch that we just got through working into, and we're going to pull up a loop, and then we're going to insert our hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, insert hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop. 4 loops. We're going to pull through all 4, and we're going to do a chain 1. So we're going to repeat this all the way around, and I will meet you guys back at the last stitch. So go ahead and go all the way around, and then I will meet you guys back. All right, so I have made it all the way around. So in the last stitch here, once we have done our last special stitch, instead of doing the chain 1 of what we normally do, we are going to do a single crochet into that same stitch that you just finished with. So we're going to do a single crochet, and then we are going to slip stitch into that chain 1 that we did at the beginning. All right. Now round 2, well, the second round of this here, which would be the 13th row, we're going to chain 1. Right, and then in that first stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. All right, and then in that same stitch, we're going to insert our hook, pull up a loop, next stitch, insert, pull up a loop, next stitch, insert, pull up a loop. All right, 4 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 3, and then we're going to do a chain 1. So we're going to repeat this around for rows 13 and row 14. So go ahead and finish off those, this row and then the next row, and then I will meet you guys back in the last stitch. And don't forget, yes, I'll meet you guys back. All right, so I have finished all 3 rows of the special stitch that we just did. So we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the chain 1. All right, and then we're going to chain 2. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a double crochet into this first stitch. Right, double crochet into the second stitch. Double crochet into the third stitch. All right, and we're going to repeat this all the way around until we get to the last stitch. So go ahead and do all double crochets into each stitch around, and I'll meet you guys back on the last stitch. All right, so I have made it all the way around with those double crochets. We are on the last stitch. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the double crochet, the first one here. Okay, and then we are going to chain 1. Go ahead and cut your yarn. All right, and then we can just kind of thread that in and out to hide that tail. Okay, and we are finished. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today with this tutorial. I hope you guys had fun with this pattern here, and I hope you come back to see more of what I have to put out. Just go ahead, like this video if you like it, thumbs up, and then go ahead and subscribe as well to my channel so I can keep on putting out more videos for you guys. So you guys be blessed, and I'll see you on the next tutorial.